Hello everyone, Daisy here again with another layout for SpiegelMom Scraps. Today is a special layout because it's also for day 2 of the 12 days of summer with me and Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Today we were to focus on sunglasses or cool shades. So I used this cut file, and this is from Paper Issues. It's one of the free cut files in Paper Issues, and I cut it out on some black cardstock, and this is black licorice cardstock from the Cardstock Warehouse, and it cuts beautifully. So I decided to use this, and then I'm using some black embossing powder, and this is Zing embossing powder. It's something I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I'm sorry I'm a little off camera. I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, and I'm just out of practice, so I do fix it a little bit later, but I apologize, some of this is off camera. So I'm just going to emboss this twice with the black embossing powder, just because there were some little pockets that I had missed, and so I decided to go over it a second time just to get a really thick layer on here, and it ends up being perfect. Like, it's super shiny and exactly what it's supposed to be when embossed properly, which is something that I have not been very good at it in the past, so I'm super happy with how this turned out. So I'm gonna end up turning these glasses into a shaker pocket, and I'm using two of the new releases. No, I'm sorry, one of the new release from August and one of the new release from June or May. I'm sorry, I believe it was May. But I'll tell you more about them when they come up here. They are the perfect color for what I am doing with this layout. But first I'm going to choose my background paper. And I don't know what it is lately, but I have really been into using pattern paper as my background. And so I'm going to go with this one. And this is from We Are Memory Keepers. I think it might be like Urban Chic or something like that. And I'm going to use this paper here from Paper House, and this is from the Color Washed collection, I believe. And it is just this perfect combination of colors that really match with my background paper. And so I'm going to use that to back the glasses. Excuse me. You're not going to be able to see a whole lot of that backing paper, but just enough that it really adds a little pop. So the first thing I'm going to do is construct my little shaker, and I'm using some packaging here and just gluing it to the lenses of the glasses. And then I am going to cut out really thin strips of fun foam, and I am using black just so that you won't be able to see it as well from the sides of the layout. You don't really have to do that, because unless somebody turns your layout on its side and looks, you know, kind of underneath things, they're not going to notice. But I was also afraid that with the thin lines that I might have a little bit poking out, and I thought if I used black you wouldn't be able to tell. So I'm just going to place that around the edges of the glasses, leaving the lenses open. And then I'm going to attempt to assemble my shaker pocket or shaker element upside down. So don't do it this first way, because this doesn't work very well. So I thought, coming up here in a minute, that if I put the sequins in the lenses and then put the backing on, that would work out just fine, and I wouldn't have to worry about the sequins popping out. Only problem is you cannot see where you're putting, if your background is straight, so it ends up having to be redone. So all of these sequins are the new releases from August, and I am choosing, I wasn't sure which one I wanted to go with. That one just wasn't bright enough, so I'm going to go with Freezin' for a Reason. And this is a gorgeous color. It's like pink, and then it has some iridescent white ones and some large yellow ones. And I really, really, really love the way it turns out. So here I'm pulling in these purple ones, and these are Trippy Tanzanite, and these are from the May release, I believe. And so I am here assembling my pocket backwards. So I put in enough in the sequins in there that it would be perfect, and then I go to put my background on, and yep, it's totally off. And normally it wouldn't matter to me, like I would cut it down a little, the background down a little bit, but I'm going to do some stitching around the outside. I was hoping that that would help it pop out a little bit more, which it does in person, but on the video and in the pictures, I don't know if you can even really tell all that much. So I still am going back and forth on my background paper, but I do ultimately decide on the stripes just because the colors perfectly match the background, and I don't know, it just makes it feel more summery, I guess. So I'm using this picture, and this is one of me by the pool when we were in, excuse me, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so I have a case of the yawns, but we were in Orlando and we were at the resort and just hanging out by the pool, and my husband took this picture without me knowing, because otherwise I wouldn't have let him take the picture. And this is how I wanted it to go. I wanted the glasses to kind of sit over the photo and cover up all those people in the background. However, I don't really end up liking the way that is, so it ends up changing a little bit here. These other papers that I'm pulling in are from digital collections that I have bought from the AC Digital's shop, and they are from, I think they're all from #summer, but a couple of them might be from Happy Place by Dear Lizzie. And I have found that that is a great way to buy an entire collection without having, I mean, they end up being pretty cheap, and I got three collections, the Happy Place, the #summer, and Better Together by Amy Tangerine, on sale. So I think all three of them were like $10 or something. So all I have to do is print out the elements I want, and I can size them to whatever size I want, so it makes it perfect for me. So I'm just cutting out a couple of tags here, and then I'm going to play around with the layout a little bit. I really like this, but I don't like the people in the background, so I'm trying to figure out a way to cover them up. And eventually I just kind of give it up and just go with it. So I have these chipboard elements, and I believe these are from a Dear Lizzie collection too, but I can't remember what. So maybe I could be wrong, I guess. I can't remember. If you really want to know, leave me a comment and I can look them up. But one of them say, hey good looking, and the other one is hello. So my title is going to be Hello Paradise. And so here you see me trying this out again, and that's not bad, it's just not exactly what I was looking for. So it is going to skip ahead here, because I didn't want to make you watch me for like 5 minutes switching back and forth until I decided what I liked. So just trying a few more elements here, and I find this little umbrella, and that I believe is from the Happy Place collection. And then here's where I'm just like, nope, this isn't working for me. So I'm moving all of the elements up to the top, and then I'm going to put the large title down at the bottom there, and this is the way I like it. So I'm going to pull in a few more of the chipboard pieces, some plus signs, and then add some more of the Freezing for a Reason sequins. So if you are interested in buying some things from the shop, you can use my code, which is Daisy15, for 15% off. And just so you know, some new Shimmers products have been stocked in the store, so you definitely want to go check that out before they're all sold out. And head on over to the SpiegelMom Scraps Facebook page and join us for the sketch challenge, and you can see when all the new sequins are released. So thanks very much for watching. Bye!